All right, welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're diving straight in to perform a bit of a medical investigation on the actual heart and brain of your pool's filtration system. If you've ever found yourself just staring in total frustration at a pressure gauge that simply won't budge, or if you've stood there watching helplessly as water constantly leaks out of your waste pipe, you're in exactly the right spot. We are totally demystifying pool filter pressure and multiport valve troubleshooting today. So, here's our game plan. First, we'll look at the pool's traffic cop. Then we'll solve some of those high-pressure mysteries, move into multi-port valve troubleshooting, cover the famous spider gasket fix, and finally, weigh DIY versus calling in the pros. Kicking things off with Section 1, the pool's traffic cop, understanding the brain of the system. To really get to the bottom of these issues, we've got to understand that critical piece of gear sitting right on top of, or sometimes beside your filter. It's called the multiport valve, or MPV, and it's literally the traffic cop of your entire setup. Just a simple turn of the handle tells the water exactly where to go. Underneath that handle, there's a diverter that presses down on a very specific wagon wheel-shaped rubber seal. We call this the spider gasket. The whole system relies absolutely entirely on this one seal functioning properly to direct water to filter, backwash, or waste. And man, when that seal fails, complete chaos. But hey, before we even talk about leaks, I need to give you a massive warning right up front. Never ever let your system pressure exceed 50 psi. Filter tanks are highly pressurized vessels. If that pressure spikes dangerously high, we're talking about the potential for a violent, explosive separation of your filter lid. So yeah, take those pressure readings seriously. Which leads us perfectly into Section 2, solving high-pressure mysteries. Let's diagnose a stressed system. Okay, so picture this. It's one of the most frustrating things as a pool owner. You just spent your afternoon deep cleaning the filter, put it all perfectly back together, fired it up, and expected the pressure to drop. But the gauge just stubbornly sits there sky high. You, my friend, have a mystery to solve. See, high pressure is just a clue. It isn't the diagnosis itself. It simply means water is hitting abnormal resistance somewhere in the line. Now, the first thing you need to do is establish your baseline. Forget about what someone else says is the ideal pressure online, because every single pool is plumbed differently. Instead, find your own unique, clean starting pressure immediately after a really thorough filter cleaning. Jot that number down somewhere in your pump room. When your gauge jumps 8 to 10 psi above that specific baseline, that is your equipment literally screaming at you that it's time to investigate. And to solve that mystery, you always want to check the liars first. What do I mean by that? Well, a rusted, broken pressure gauge that doesn't drop back down to zero when the pump is completely off, it's lying to you. Swap that out first. If the gauge is actually fine, bleed off any trapped air using the relief valve. Still high? Now your suspects are things like deeply clogged filter media, like a cartridge caked in body oils that a garden hose just couldn't clear, or maybe you dumped in way too much DE powder. Oh, and always double-check your return valves. A valve that got bumped and is partially closed will create massive back pressure. All right, moving into Section 3, multiport valve troubleshooting, tracing the physical symptoms. Let's say your pressure is actually totally fine, but the system is still acting up. We need to look at the valve itself. And here is a crazy stat for you. 80% of all internal multiport valve problems, the leaks, the weird flows, the bypassing, are caused by one single failed rubber part. Yep, the spider gasket. The other 20%, usually broken internal springs or random debris wedged inside. So before you go tearing apart your whole plumbing rig, check that spider gasket first. Let's look at a classic telltale symptom. You've got it set to the standard filter setting, right? But you notice water trickling or sometimes even pouring out of the waistline. That means your internal seal is officially compromised. The water is just finding the path of least resistance and bleeding into the wrong channel, usually because that spider gasket has completely torn or popped right out of its groove. What about the handle itself? Give it a push. If it feels totally floppy with absolutely zero spring back, your internal stainless steel spring has snapped. Rip. On the flip side, if it's super stiff and grinding, your O-rings are probably bone dry and crying out for some silicone pool lube. And a massive, massive warning here, never use petroleum-based lubricants. No WD-40, no Vaseline. They will rapidly swell and destroy those rubber seals. Stick strictly to silicone or Teflon-based lube. Here's another super common headache, getting sand or DE powder shooting straight back into the pool. Now, if this happens consistently while you're just normally filtering, you've probably got a cracked internal standpipe or a broken lateral down inside the tank. But If it only happens right after you backwash, that is almost always a valve bypass issue. Here's a pro tip that'll save you. Always run a quick 30-second rinse cycle right after backwashing. It settles the media back down and flushes the loose junk out the waistline instead of blasting it into your clean pool. Section 4, the spider gasket fix. Let's talk about curing that 80% problem. Seriously, this is a 20-minute, $20 DIY fix that will save you a massive service call bill. Step 1, and this is the absolute golden rule of pool maintenance, write this down. Never ever turn the valve handle while the pump is running. I can't stress that enough. That is exactly how most people shred their spider gaskets in the first place. Shut the pump off. Then take out the lid bolts, pull out the key assembly, and carefully scrape every last bit of the old gasket out of there. Those grooves have to be bone dry. I'm talking grab your hairdryer if you need to. Once it's dry, apply some small dabs of superglue and press the new gasket right in, flat side down, ridge side up. It really is that simple. But look, just fixing it isn't enough. We really want to prevent it from happening again. And a lot of people don't realize this, but improper water chemistry silently destroys your equipment from the inside out. If your pH sits too low, under that 7.2 mark, it literally eats away at that internal stainless steel spring until it snaps. If your chlorine is constantly spiking way too high, it degrades and swells that rubber gasket. Maintaining those target ranges, like keeping alkalinity between 80 and 120 and calcium hardness right in that sweet spot, isn't just about pretty, clear water. It's absolutely crucial for protecting the mechanical guts of your valve. Finally, Section 5, DIY versus calling in the pros. Knowing exactly when to step back. It's incredibly important to know where to draw the line. You can absolutely tackle replacing O-rings, swapping out that spider gasket, or changing out a key assembly yourself. It just takes some basic hand tools and a bit of patience. But listen, you must immediately shut down the system and call a pro if you start seeing extreme pressure spikes, like 30 to 40 psi that won't drop no matter what, or if your fiberglass tank is actually cracked, or if you're dealing with anything related to high-voltage electrical pump issues. Always, always put safety first. Because ultimately, here's what we're aiming for. Like the quote says, a clean filter should usually lower the pressure, improve return flow, and help the pool circulate more efficiently. That's the dream, right? That is exactly how a happy, healthy filtration system behaves once you've cured the underlying issues. Free-flowing water, a gauge chilling at a nice, comfortable baseline, and a valve that seals like a vault. So it leaves us with one big question. Are you actually listening to what your pool's equipment is trying to tell you? High pressure readings, a stiff handle, that annoying little trickle of water down the waistline, those aren't just quirks. That is your system begging for help. So are you going to act on those clues and knock out a simple $20 fix today, or are you going to wait for it to become a massive equipment disaster tomorrow? Thanks so much for tuning into this explainer. Now get out there and check your gauges.